Hey, Reckoners, and welcome back. Today's indie game is simply called Bob's Game. This is Demo 3. The game is currently on Steam Greenlight, so I encourage you to check it out. I guess. I haven't played the game yet. This is my first time playing the game, so at the end, I will urge you to seek Steam Greenlight to support this game, if I think it's supportable. The pitch for this game, which got me to play it, is it's an artsy game, you know, typical of my pretentious whims. But more specifically, the story in this, I guess, is about corruption in the video game industry, which is interesting. We'll see how poignant it is, and whether or not we think it's a true story. Arrow keys to move, that's pretty straightforward. That's how I get out of bed. Woo woo woo, this little rolls. Okay. What other keys do we care about? Let's get to work. Now let's go P first, as a normal human does, right? Is not space, not the interact key. Is it going to be X? There were no controls. As usual, I am immediately out of my depth. Coffee sounds great, right? For most programmer types. Interact with the cat. Hey, kitty cat. What is casting so much light? Does the computer call to me? No. Wow. I guess we'll do the same thing we did with, what was the other game we did? We were just hitting all the keys. Literally, all the trouble here, though, is I don't have a prompt I'm trying to respond to. So if I hit the appropriate key, I won't necessarily know it if I'm not actually looking at something that is interactable. So that's a problem. Let me just leave. Let's blow this popsicle stand. Come on, I just want to leave my apartment, you guys. Okay, we should just fast forward, I suppose. Yeah, fast forward to future Foehamner, who's an omniscient piece of crap who's not sharing any details with me about how to- Hey, okay, never mind. Getting angry always works. That is- I cannot imagine green lights being super enjoyable. Maybe it's an eye strain thing. Okay, we're locked in that freaking hypno-toad computer. We're working. No, we're not. We're doing nothing. Well, we've made progress. Apparently this place- follow the green lights. Just wait for it to- Okay. Look how pinched his face is. He's like, I need the coffee. Which is, fair enough, I suppose. Blink green at me again, game. I cannot think for myself. I am incapable. Do I get a mug? Oh yeah, you were blinking green at me. I am incapable of following blatant game prompts. What did that do? That did something. Okay, we're in the Matrix. What's that to the left? Is that supposed to be like a sandwich? Is that my main source of sustenance? This seems like a pretty accurate gif of what I've been led to believe indie programming is like. It's not influencing me in terms of holding back on my own aspirations, but it is not something I would terribly look forward to. I get enough of this sort of thing as it is. Never leaving my apartment, dwelling in a small little space, cut off from humanity. I can no longer relate. Let's go to bed, I think, is what you want? Yeah, that's what you want. Oh, I am envious here for your ability to fall asleep nigh instantly, sir. I'm gonna assume this is Bob. What's the cat doing? The cat's gonna kill me in my sleep. Do I really just have to watch? Okay, it's movie time! Back to work. Camera's getting closer and closer. Oh, it's the doorbell. That's the bell of the door. Why is it cut off slightly? That's annoying. A prank call. Someone's gonna come in. No? It summoned me. Good thing I sleep in clothes that are okay to be out and about in. I am not full of optimism, though. I think it has partly to do with this music, which, while good and atmospheric, isn't, you know, the upbeat, joyful tune one would expect from a jaunt out into the world or something. We're trapped in this metal coffin. This is a tall building, or a slow elevator, or both. Do I have no lower jaw? Is that my problem? And what's that 2-pixel block at my waist? I don't want to know. I'm not even controlling anymore. Just play me the movie. Video game demo. I say that disparagingly. Well, it's a disparaging tone, but I don't mean it necessarily disparagingly. We'll see how this cutscene plays out. It's always a weird line, and I have no idea where to draw it between making a character perform a series of actions versus making it a thing. So I live... Oh, this is a dream sequence, isn't it? Okay, everyone's here to watch me play. Let's bust a move in space. Wow. Wait, who is that? They have the same hair as me, almost. It's a competition of the bedheads. It's a good band name. Or a good something name. The Bedheads. Who are you? No doubt. And now we commence the first interdimensional Bob's Game Championship. Our first challenger is you, an unknown newcomer with incredible beginner's luck that somehow made it here against all odds, clearly by some kind of mistake. Get ready. Let's see what you can do. Okay, it looks like now we are you. We are me. You got the ND. Hopefully these controls I can pick up really fast. Is it just Tetris? It's just Tetris. Oh god, how do I rotate? Oh, it's up to instantly drop? That's not a Tetris piece! What kind of crazy game is this? Wait, how do I rotate though? That's I do not know how to rotate. Is it space? Of course it's space. What? Why wouldn't it be space? Okay, we got stuff. We're putting... Oh, I keep hitting up. Why isn't it down? Is it a new convention? To, not let down be a thing? Oops, oh, that would have been super bad. Stop rotating. What does that circle mean? I am sort of touched with the new hip games. It's impinging my performance as... Oh, frackin' A, stop hitting up, Foehamner. Stop it. I think I must have at some point in my life played a Tetris game where up was the rotate button. That's the only thing I can think of. Well, we're just dead. That was a miserable performance. That was close to what? It looks like you is winning. Don't worry, it's not the only chance. The ND is only the beginning. The world's first, the global debut. Bob's Game has finally begun. I've packed it in with the ND, and they all said it couldn't be done. The greatest game that ever was, and I'll give it away for free. Now everyone can play Bob's Game, each on their own ND. The universal handheld, the ultimate gaming machine. I'll put it into all your hands. How nice! How kind of me! Images and words and sounds played back on a glowing screen, loading programs into your brain. How more harmless could it be? But they don't know. It's mind control. Yes, this is modern sorcery. I've packed it full of hypnotic spells, subconscious iconography. Flashing colors, spinning lights, pulsing logos mesmerize. Achievement unlocked. Your brain is washed, and now I own your mind. Oh, they've all been quite well studied, the techniques and imagery. The more obvious the psi points, the stronger the wizardry. The consumers, as we call them, they're completely blind. They'll never see. We bind a halo right onto their heads and tell them it's their destiny. It's all hiding in plain sight, and so they won't suspect a thing. Simple images and words, they don't know the power that they bring. We make them chant, I'll catch them all, and tell them they're the best. 1,000 hours later, they're so proud they passed the test. And still, they think they have free will, and you surely thinks the same, while his subroutines control his every move like a character in a game. They don't realize it at all, but they're hypnotically enslaved. We bound their hands as children, and then we programmed their brains. It's deliberate indoctrination in our elaborate pyramid scheme. The lights, the stage, the dreams, the whole game industry. We're con men, we're crooks, we're criminally insane. We're evil psychotic sorcerers and we've trapped you in our maze. Surely someone someday will expose us puppet master fiends. Fortunately, we control the media, the websites, and all the magazines. The greatest trick in history. We convinced them psychic power doesn't exist. Oh, and that pyramid on the dollar bill? It's completely meaningless. Calm down, relax, sit. Don't take things so seriously. It's just a funny joke, of course. I'm only kidding, ha ha. Forget everything I spoke. This is the end of Bob's game, the beginning of Endy World. Don't worry, the mysteries will all eventually be uncurled. Bob's game cannot be stopped. Endy World never ends. Sign up now and you can play Bob's game with all your friends. I am now very curious if demos 1 and 2 are completely different, and if they have other hints in them. So, online, that's interesting. When, oh my gosh, the game's not over. Do I actually? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fade to black real quick, so you guys... Not that I don't trust you guys, but I'd rather not have my email account signed up for, excuse me, all sorts of spam. What kind of password do I want? I don't even, I'm so bad at the passwords. That's good enough. Create an account, connecting to server. So yeah, when I first booted this game up, the very first few seconds, which I did not show in this video, were the typical error could not connect to server. Probably because this is a demo. But I did have, although the console window's spitting out some errors, so who knows what's up. I'm going to assume this is the end of the demo. That would make sense. It'd be very interesting if they had a server up and running for this. I'm very curious about the experience. I don't know what I expect more of this game to be. That speech is fantastic. That speech is awesome. But where do you go from there? How do you go up? I don't know. I will say yes on Steam Greenlight, and I encourage you to do so. This is curious. This is part of the Indie Illuminati, which is oddly appropriate for a side project I'm working on. I'll talk more about that later. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Signature catchphrase.